Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am Jared Hinke, the MLS coordinator at KAAR. I'm excited to bring you another edition of Tips and Tricks. For this Tips and Tricks video, we're going to be looking at 3 ways to help you react when a new listing comes onto FlexMLS. For the first 9 days in November, over half the new listings that went under contract did so within 1 day of being on market, and 22% of those listings received an offer or went under contract the same day that they went into FlexMLS. So things are definitely moving quickly out there. To help you keep on track, the first tip is to make sure that you receive subscription email updates for when a new listing pops up. When you have a search that you want to save and send a subscription to a client, I'll go ahead and pick the contact I want to send this subscription to, and I'll click Save and Add Subscription. Be sure that you check that box for Use Sender, so you will also receive those subscription email updates, and if you choose as soon as possible, you will get an update when a new listing pops up on the market as soon as possible, and then you can bring your buyer's attention to it. Once you receive that subscription email update that has a new listing that checks all the boxes for your buyers, you can pull up that listing in FlexMLS and then get it pulled up in RPR, the Realtor Property Resource. And when you're in RPR, there's a few things you can look at to help guide your opinion of what a decent offer may be. You have the RVM, which is the Realtor Valuation Model. If you click on View Details there, it will show you all the property that the algorithm has used to create this RVM, the Realtor Valuation Model. And hopefully you can see how that listing shakes up to others that have recently sold. You can also check out the heat maps, so scrolling up under the bigger map, heat maps down here. I will pick the one for listing price versus sales price, which might be handy to show you whether or not listings in the area are going for above or below that listing price. You can also check out the charts by going up to the top. I want to scroll on down until I find the orange and black charts, which will give me a good overview of how this house compares to other listings in the neighborhood. Hopefully those 3 things will help guide your opinion of what a good offer will be for this listing. Once you have a pretty good idea of what a decent offer may look like for this property, you can go over to Create a Report and create a property report which is geared towards your buyer. You could also create a market activity report to help give your buyer an idea of what's going on in the market around that listing. You could even create the seller's report, the CMA, and give that to your buyer. That may help. These reports are anywhere from 9 to 30 pages, professional looking, and they are filled with great information that you can put in your buyer's hands and hopefully allow them to make an informed decision of what a good offer would look like for this listing. Now that you have identified a property from those subscription email updates and you furnish your buyer with some great information from RPR, if they are ready to put in that offer, you can pull up the listing again in FlexMLS. This time you'll want the TransactionDesk button. What this button will do, it will bring you to TransactionDesk and it will start a transaction around this particular listing. What this does for you is it will bring over fields like the actual listing address, the seller's name, and the listing brokerage information, and it will automatically populate this information when you're filling out a purchase and sales agreement, which will save you some time because you won't have to type in those fields manually. Hopefully, with all these steps, receiving new listings as soon as they pop up on FlexMLS by those subscription email updates, being able to get your buyer great information from RPR very quickly, and having pertinent information port over to TransactionDesk and onto the purchase and sales agreement from FlexMLS will save you time and maybe even let you put in an offer before the competition. That is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out in the future for another edition of Tips and Tricks.